Have the latest scientific discoveries made belief in God impossible? Have the latest scientific discoveries rendered the biblical creation accounts untenable? I'm joined today by Dr. Bernard Palmer, who is a retired senior surgeon from the UK and a Christian, to help answer that question. Dr. Palmer, in a previous episode, we talked about some of the amazing evidence for design that we see in the universe, in biological systems. In fact, many skeptics will actually recognize that there is design in the universe, there is design in biology, but they're resistant to the idea that that design comes from a mind, from an intelligent agent. What do you think is the cause of that resistance?
Oh, I've no doubt the root cause is that people don't want there to be a designer. And if you're limiting the way you look at things to natural science investigations, and natural science excludes God, then your conclusions got to come without God. But if you can start with a broader sweep of knowledge, then it becomes very, very exciting. Now, intelligent design, I think, has got some very strong arguments. My concern about it is when people have tried to make it into a science. It's not a science. The ideas can't be replicated. Science involves you have a theory and you test it. You don't experiment. And you can't do that with intelligent design. It's a philosophical argument that I think is very powerful. Mark you, I'd say exactly the same about Darwinism, that this also is not a science. You can't replicate it. It's a philosophical idea. And so when you see these things in that perspective, it becomes much clearer. And things like the intelligent design, you've got when one photon hits the retina and it's transferred into an electric impulse in the optic nerve, that needs to have 200 enzymes all in the right place in a retinal cell for that photon process to be changed. Now, how on earth can that develop by natural processes? I can't comprehend that. And obviously, if you haven't got all 200 in the right place, the eye doesn't work, so there's no survival advantage. And then you look at the motor that's in the flagellum, the base of the flagellum of a little bacteria. That's an incredible biochemical wonder. Any motor, it has to be designed. It can't just happen. Now, if you're saying, well, there can't be a God because I'm working according to natural science principles, then you've got a real problem. I would want the scientists to say, well, maybe the God who raised Jesus from the dead and broke the laws of nature is able somehow, and I don't know how, to get involved in these other processes in the creation of his world. There's so many coincidences.